Our First Looks coverage is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Get your next laptop, tablet, Xbox, and more by going to firstlooks.tv/Microsoft.
And we have our next interview here. Hi.
Hello.
Can you please introduce yourself for us?
I'm Austin Kratz. This year, like 2017 through 2018, I was in the team 11619 for FTC, Rust in Pieces.
Okay. So you're an alumni?
Yeah.
Okay.
The year before that, we didn't really like compete, but we did. We went through all the challenges. Like we would set up the mats that are out there, and go through all the robotics and everything, and like complete all the challenges that were for that year. And then back in 6th grade and 7th grade, I did the same thing. We didn't really like go anywhere, but we did all the challenges.
But that was first Lego League?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my team in specific didn't make it, but someone from our school made it to state. So
Wow.
yeah. And then this coming year, which will be my senior year in high school, we plan on going to nationals.
All right.
So we already started.
So you're a junior right
now.
Okay. All right.
Aside from that, I don't really have anything else for FTC.
So today you're a volunteer.
Yeah.
Correct. So what made you be a volunteer? Why are you a volunteer?
Well, at first it was just for the hours, but I started talking with my teacher, and he said he told me a story. He was here until 4 a.m. one day, and he had to wake up at 6 for the next day. So he drove all the way home, and it's like 30 minutes, got an hour and a half of sleep, and drove all the way back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, I can't just let him. Like, I only planned to be here for 2 days, but I came here back for the 3rd day because I helped with all the setup for everything here. And yeah, the reason I came back, I was like, there's too much for him to do by himself. So I was like, all right, well, yeah, I'll go, because him showing how dedicated he was made me want to come back.
Okay.
So
would you say that's your inspiration for being a volunteer?
Definitely.
Is the passion behind this?
Seeing how dedicated he was and everything to this made me want to help him, even though I was going to do other stuff, but I wanted to help him out because he's probably been the best teacher I've ever had. So
that's awesome. That's really cool.
So you're saying that your teacher volunteers here too. Was he like a mentor for your team?
He was a coach.
For which team?
All of them.
All of them?
Oh, wow. Okay.
He helped out every single team, but well, at least at our school. So,
and what school is this?
McKeel Academy.
Okay.
So yeah, Mr. Swine, he definitely helped push our team forward when not that we had too many problems, but if we had any, we could go to him, like that we couldn't solve ourselves. And then throughout the year, even especially last year, we were doing some coding work, and me and my buddy were failing his class. But because of how awesome he is, after school ended, we still were able to turn work in and pass the class.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does he teach?
Robotics.
He teaches robotics?
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to be called robotics, but they call it Create now because they're putting computer science and all the basic stuff in. So yeah, they're changing it.
Did you learn a lot from this class?
Yeah, I did. Even though I wasn't really too interested at first. It was just a class, but now I'm fairly invested into it. So I'm definitely taking it next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I considered, because I'm going to be going not to this Polk State, but another one.
The one in Lakeland?
Yes. So I'll be going to that. I plan on helping him out whenever he does this again next year, or in 2 years, even after I graduate. There was only like 5 volunteers helping set up the entire everything here. So.
Oh, wow. So I don't know if you know this, but for as long as like the show has been going on, the saying is, once you're in first, you're always in first. I have been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah.
Eric Bonizak has been doing it for much longer. I don't think that you'll be able to leave.
No.
Just to warn you.
Is this your first time volunteering, or have you been volunteering for how long?
We would go to events, but I would still help out with like while the team would go compete. I would watch everyone's stuff and like clean up all the like the pit and everything. So I guess that's volunteering, but we also had to go. But I wanted to go to more. I just couldn't. I didn't have a ride, and I can't drive yet. So
Yeah. So as for official volunteering, this is your first year?
yeah,
Okay. And how do you like it?
it's pretty good. It's definitely a lot of work, but that's what I signed up for. So
Do you have a favorite memory from volunteering?
yeah, probably setting up the curtains.
The curtains.
Yeah,
Tell us
because
about that.
we got them in and we started opening them, and there were supposed to be like 128 of them, and we were
Okay.
supposed to put seven on each, but there's only 6 on each, and then at the ends there's only 5 on each, like the very last 2.
Because there wasn't enough?
There wasn't enough. There was only 48. There was supposed to be like 100 and something,
Oh, wow.
and they weren't supposed to be that clear. JT was really mad.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was really funny. Seeing
We've
JT.
had a competition before where we had to ask one of our machinists who were a volunteer to make parts at their shop the day before competition
Oh.
because there were pieces missing.
Fantastic.
So there's a lot of on point, like you've got to use what you're given.
Improvise.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad that you're volunteering. And what do you think about the kids here competing? What is your impression of them?
Competitive yet respectful.
Okay.
Because yeah, they want to like do their best and improve, but they still share everything they have to, like with the other one, like with the other teams and everything. So yeah, like even though they are trying to win, they can still give advice and help out with the other teams. So
And being a junior, I'm curious, has FIRST inspired you to do anything else with your future, or?
it's gonna sound kind of childish, but I ever since I was little, maybe it was because of the movies I would watch or the things that I would see and do. I've always had this idea that there was some need to fix the world. Like Tomorrowland addressed a bunch of the problems and how we glorify them rather than actually fix anything.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs, as he said, put a dent in the universe, changed the way that things were done, from the logic boards to actually being able to see what you're working on the monitor. So with this, seeing not 6-year-olds. Some of them
9
pretty
to
young.
14.
Yeah. Seeing 9-year-olds doing better than I was doing in robotics 1 3 years ago, it's pretty good.
And what do you want to do with after high school?
Well, I'm an artist, and of like all mediums, like digitally, traditional and everything. I want to try to incorporate robotics into art somehow and be able to fix stuff that way.
That's
because I don't know. I feel like the world is losing its artistic value. Like a lot of it's going. I mean, robotics is amazing, but too much of it is going towards technology. So even though yes, we need to advance, we still can't lose focus of what was.
So you want to merge these two ideas into one great thing.
That way, we don't forget, but we can still move forward.
That's awesome.
And I'll tell you that robotics will lead you down paths that you don't even know existed. We had Barry Bonizak here before, and he has a background in business, not robotics. But yet he still was able to live his dream and get to work with NASA and real scientists. But he doesn't have to do the engineering part.
Right.
He found a way to where he can use his skills to help the world, help space exploration, which is pretty cool when you think about it. That FIRST doesn't just mean that you have to do engineering.
And at the same time, he's inspiring kids to pursue more, and it's great. It's great. I think that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
That's pretty cool. Artists. I actually met a girl once she's like, I'm not an engineer. I actually want to go into the movie makeup. She actually wanted to do special effects makeup. What? And she's like, and she joined the FIRST robotics because they do a lot of like all the costumes and stuff, and that team actually had a lot of cool costumes. So it was pretty interesting. You're like, you never thought that someone with that kind of interest would be on a robotics team, but you can. In FIRST, you can.
Because there's so many aspects in just FIRST. It's not just robotics. It's not just robots.
No.
It's
Everything.
artistic value. It's communication. It's business. It's social media.
It is. Oh
It's
my goodness.
all about just really branching out, knowing what you want to do, find your passion. Like Barry Bonzak said earlier, it's really just a medium to help you. It's a stepping stone to help you get to that next step.